Hey guys, welcome back to Sweet Red Poppy. I'm Kimberly, and on today's episode, we are talking all about these 3 different Cricut machines. Now, if you've been contemplating whether to purchase the Cricut Maker, the Explore Air, or even the Cricut Joy, then look no further. I'm going to be covering all 3 machines in depth, showing you the similarities as well as the differences, and helping you to make an informed decision about which machine is going to be right for all of your crafting needs. Let's go ahead and start with the basics, just in case you're brand new to Cricut. A Cricut is an electronic die cutting machine. A Cricut is the ultimate crafting tool that can be used on a wide variety of different materials. Cricut machines are operated within a downloadable app, which can be used on your computer, your phone, or even your tablet. This app allows you to cut or draw digital images or fonts. You can select from images and fonts from Cricut's free design space, or you can even upload and design your own. Now let's go ahead and talk about the Cricut Joy. The Cricut Joy is the newest cutting machine in the line of Cricut products. It's also the smallest cutting machine on the market, but don't let its small size fool you. This little machine packs a punch, and you'll be amazed at all that it can do. This electronic cutting machine was created without so much as a single button. It's actually operated completely from the downloadable app. It's currently available for $179. The Joy machine can be used with pre-cut, perfectly sized materials, which makes it portable and easily accessible for any person. The Joy machine can cut up to 4.5 inches wide, as well as 20 feet in length. The Cricut Joy features its own brand new fine cutting blade. This tool is specifically to be used with the Cricut Joy, and it's not interchangeable with any of the other machines. The Cricut Joy features its own line of specialized pens and markers that are able to create one-of-a-kind designs. Standard and light grip mats are used with the Cricut Joy. You might notice that there's not a purple strong grip mat. This is because the Joy doesn't use as much force as the other machines, and it isn't really meant for cutting through dense or thick materials. So let's talk a little bit about matless cutting. This is something that Cricut users have requested for years, and guess what? It's finally here. The Joy machine has its very own ecosystem of compatible products that are called smart materials. Now, a smart material features a thicker backing, and it's also pre-sized for compatibility with the Joy machine. Because of the thicker backing, the Joy is able to easily cut vinyl, iron-on, and labels without needing a mat. The mats that you see in front of me can be used with any other material that's not considered a smart material. The Cricut Joy can actually cut a continuous image up to 4.5 inches wide, as well as 4 feet long. When you're using the Joy, you'll want to look for the materials that are specifically marked with the label Smart Materials. You'll find materials such as vinyl, iron-on, labels, transfer tape, infusible ink, pens, and adhesive paper. You can create cards in minutes with the new Cricut Joy and the brand new patented Cricut Mat. If you enjoy making cards, you are going to love this machine. You can use the Cricut Insert card sets to easily create a custom design in minutes for any occasion. Each card is pre-cut at 4.25 inches by 5.5 inches. The Cricut Joy features 2 sensors that are located under the feed dog. This allows the machine to straighten and measure the inserted material. The Joy machine will measure the inserted material to make sure you have enough material for your selected design before it cuts it. You'll notice pretty quickly that the Joy features no buttons, and that's because it's 100% app-based. If you're looking to create cards, labels, decals, custom shirts, or anything on a smaller scale, this is a wonderful machine for you. Let's start by covering all that the Cricut Explore Air 2 is capable of doing. For beginners, the Cricut Explore Air 2 is a cutting machine that utilizes smart cutting technology. It cuts and it writes up to 2 times faster than the previous models. The Cricut Explore Air 2 cuts over 100 materials. It can cut everything from cardstock, vinyl, and iron-on to thick materials like leather. The Cut Smart technology allows you to precisely cut a wide variety of materials with incredible precision. With the Cricut Explore Air 2, you can create on a computer, a tablet, or a smartphone. The Explore Air 2 utilizes Bluetooth for wireless, hassle-free cutting. I love that I can connect it to my phone and create wherever I go. It also features a smart dial on the right-hand side for easy cutting. If you plan to cut the same material over and over, you can set it and forget it, which is pretty neat, right? Cricut's design space allows you to upload your SVG files for free, or you can choose from thousands of pre-made designs. You can also visit the ready-to-make page to find inspiration from beautiful photos of projects that are already available within Design Space. The Cricut Explorer Air 2 features a double tool holder. This allows you to cut and write or cut and score. The A clamp can be used to hold a pen or a scoring stylus, while the B clamp can be used to hold a standard blade, a bonded fabric blade, or even the deep cut blade. Now you're probably wondering what all of those different blades are used for. So let's go ahead and go over each of them. The Cricut Explorer Air 2 has 3 different compatible blades. The fine point blade is designed to cut light and mid-weight materials like vinyl, iron-on, cardstock, and poster board. The blade is made out of premium German carbide for longer lasting cuts and sharpness. This is the blade that I use on the majority of my projects when I'm using my Cricut Explorer Air 2. There's also the bonded fabric blade. This is designed specifically to cut bonded fabrics. The fabric blade is also made out of German carbide as well, and it allows you to cut a variety of lightweight fabrics that have a backing on them. Now this is a great option for creating appliques for quilting. The last blade is the deep point blade. If you need to cut thick materials like stiff felt, leather, cardboard, or even magnet, this blade does the trick. Its steep angle of the blade, 60 degrees versus 45, allows you to cut thicker materials than the fine point blade does. With this blade, you can cut materials up to 1.5 millimeters in thickness. The Explorer Air 2 also offers print and cut. Use your home printer to bring your images to life and cut them with perfect precision on your Explorer Air 2. It's the ideal way to create beautiful gift tags, stickers, and cutouts. There is an accessory adapter on the Explorer Air 2 machine which is compatible with Cricut cartridges. That way you still have access to all of your most loved images. The Explorer Air 2 has multiple compartments for storage. Overall, I think this is an incredible machine that will really give a professional look to all of your crafting. The MSRP on the Explorer Air 2 is $299. Now let's go ahead and move on to the Cricut Maker. The Cricut Maker can do everything that the Explorer Air 2 can do, plus so much more. It really is the ultimate smart cutting machine. The Maker cuts over 100 materials quickly and accurately, from the most delicate crepe paper and fabric to tough leather and even wood. The Cricut features an adaptive tool system. What sets the Cricut Maker apart from any other machine on the market is the adaptive tool system. The gear on the adaptive tool system is what allows interchangeable tools to move in any direction, creating even more precise cutting ability as well as 10 times the force. Yep, 10 times the force. That means you can take on even more difficult projects than before with even greater precision. Another neat thing about the Cricut Maker is it features this little slot, which is perfect for putting your phone or even your tablet in so that you can pull up design space as you're using your machine. If you happen to be running low on power, there's a charger on the side of your machine that will keep you charged the entire time. First, let's talk about the Cricut Maker Rotary Blade. Similar to a handheld rotary blade traditionally used by seamstresses, but it's quite a bit smaller. The tiny wheel glides across fabric, allowing it to quickly and accurately cut virtually any type of fabric. The rotary blade paired with a fabric mat eliminates the need for paper patterns, tracing paper, and even marking pens. Now you can spend more time doing what you love, sewing. The knife blade resembles a miniature X-Acto blade, which is capable of slicing through dense materials like balsa wood, heavy leather, or even mat board. It's the perfect tool for hard-to-cut materials. The knife blade allows you to add extra dimension to your projects by precisely cutting through dense materials with ease. Let's go ahead and talk a little bit about the quick swap tools. It's easy to swap any of the available tips with a quick swap housing. Simply press and hold the plunger located at the top of the quick swap housing to release the tip. Carefully remove the tip and replace it with another tip. Release the plunger to secure the tip into place. The nice thing about the quick swap housing is that it lowers the cost of purchasing new blades or tips because it uses the same housing for 6 different tips. So let's go ahead and talk about all of the different tips. With the engraving tip, you can inscribe decorative embellishments on a wide variety of materials. Materials that are compatible with this tip are metal, leather, acrylic, wood, and so many more. The debossing tip is ideal for adding detail to thicker materials. This is not to be confused with an embossing tool, which raises the surface. Debossing creates an added dimension to your projects. Craft foam, faux leather, holographic craft board, and even foil poster board are just a few of the recommended compatible materials. With the Perforation Blade, you can perform precise perforation cuts for many different projects so that they don't need to be folded beforehand. A few ways that you can use this would be on cards, raffle tickets, or even journals. The scoring wheels add crisp, clean score lines to any project. The single scoring wheel is ideal for thinner projects like paper and cardstock. If you happen to be using a thicker material, go ahead and opt for the double scoring wheel so that you avoid any cracking when you're folding the material. The Wavy Blade adds a little bit of whimsy to any project, which is great for adding detail to cards and gift tags. It works similar to the Rotary blade, but creates rounded lines instead of a straight cut. Keep in mind that the bonded fabric blade, deep cut blade, and the fine point blade are all still compatible with the Cricut Maker. With the Cricut Maker, you can choose from hundreds of different materials to cut within Design Space. The adaptive tool system allows the perfect amount of force to be applied to each specific material for the very best results. Let's talk a little bit about the Cricut Maker sewing pattern library. This is one of my very favorite parts about the Cricut Maker. Cricut teamed up with Simplicity Patterns to bring you a library of digital patterns. Gone are the days of meticulously cutting and tracing patterns by hands, which allows you to spend more time sewing. If you love to quilt, you can even find a wide variety of quilting patterns available within Design Space. But it gets even better. There's actually a washable marking pen that draws in the seam allowances and pattern markings for you. If you happen to have cartridges, you can purchase a cartridge adapter for all of your cartridges from your older models of machines. An Access Trial membership also comes with the purchase of your Cricut Maker. You can try out 50 free ready-to-make projects, including 25 sewing projects. If you're looking for a machine that's incredibly easy to use, doesn't take up much space, and you happen to love creating cards, cutting vinyl, and iron-on, then the Cricut Joy is the perfect machine for you. If you plan on using your machine mainly to cut out larger projects, out of larger pieces of vinyl, iron-on, or paper, then the Cricut Explore Air 2 is probably going to be the perfect fit for you. If you want to use a wide variety of materials, you love to sew, make intricate paper crafts, cut dense materials, and you want to have even more creative capabilities, I definitely recommend upgrading to the Maker. For only $100 more, this MSRP on this is $399, you can have the very top of the line machine, and you have the ability to do so much more with your machine. I hope you found this video comparison helpful. If you still have any additional questions about these three machines, just leave me a comment below so I can answer any questions that you might have. Don't forget to subscribe to Sweet Red Poppy for all things Cricut and crafting, and turn on your notifications so that you never miss an episode.